What's going on, y'all? Welcome to another episode of Get Rich or Go Broke Trying. I'm your host, Eddie Kang. We are in week 3 edition of NFL Picks. Last episode, not a good episode. Still up on units for the show. 1 and 3 last episode. The only ticket we cashed was Shevchenko on plus 175. Bills first half. Lost with like 5 seconds to go. Katsukina lost, and Liberty got fucking smoked at home. So we're gonna bounce back with football like we always do. I got 2 straight plays and 3 two-leg parlays for you guys. So with the games getting ready to start in about 3 hours, we're just gonna fire right through them. First one is a 2-leg parlay that sits at plus 108. It's the Falcons money line versus the Panthers in Carolina, and then the Raiders plus 2.5 at the Commanders. Falcons, better football team, way better form. Panthers are in rebuild mode right now. Falcons tend to play the Panthers pretty well in Charlotte, so it's not something that I would have played as a straight with a minus 225, but as a half of a 2-leg parlay, I love it. Raiders plus 2.5 versus the Commanders in DC. Jaden Daniels is not playing. Marcus Mariota is starting. The fact that you can still get 2.5 points with that right now, I started to take the money line at plus 130, but Gino be Ginoing sometimes. I really don't know how else to say it. He has games where he looks like a top 5 quarterback. He has games where he looks like a bottom 5 quarterback, and then for most, I'd probably say half the most of the season, he looks like the number 15 quarterback in the league. So just because you don't know what you're going to get with him, I do expect him to bounce back. That Chargers defense he played on Monday is really good. I'm talking like top 5, top 3 defense, really good. I don't think the Commanders' defense is on that level, but with them being at home, I'm going to go ahead and take the 2.5. With the Raiders. So Falcons money line, Raiders plus 205. That gives you a plus 108 2-leg parlay. Moving on. 425. We're taking the Cowboys money line minus 125 in Chicago. I'm not sold. I'm sold on Ben Johnson as a coach. I'm not sold on Caleb Williams as a quarterback. I didn't really like him in college at Oklahoma or USC. The kid has talent. That's not really what I'm worried about with him. I don't think he's a leader of men right now. Still very young, still very immature. I wouldn't necessarily say immature like, off the field, but definitely on the field. I don't really know anything about his personal life to say he's immature off the field. On the field, I don't. The defense, I have questions. I trust Dallas's offense over playing Chicago's defense more than I trust Chicago's offense playing Dallas's defense. So at minus 125, I feel like that's a great value for a single play favorite dog. So Cowboys minus 125. If my mother watches this podcast, this is where she's going to turn it off and text me and start cussing me out. We're taking the Patriots money line plus 102 at home versus the Steelers. I do not trust Aaron Rodgers. I've been saying this all summer. I've said it on this podcast. I was really worried that he was going to play well week 1 because he was playing his whole team. He's a diva. He has the emotion. He has the emotional intelligence of a diva. And I even told my mother and other people, I was like, look, he's gonna play well week 1, and then week 2 is gonna come right back to earth. Sure enough, that's what happened. Now he's not the reason we lost in week 2, but he's certainly the reason we were gonna win either. Patriots at home. Patriots have owned the Steelers pretty much since 2002 when the Tom Brady and Belichick era started. Yes, Belichick's not there no more. Yes, Tom Brady's not there no more. I do not trust this offense. If we were playing at home, I'd be more likely to take us. But I really feel like Vrabel is going to give, I hate to say the coaching advantage because I really don't feel like there's a coaching advantage either way. I think he'll have his boys more ready to prepare to play at home than Rodgers and Tomlin's gonna have the offense ready to go for Pittsburgh. So Patriots at home plus money, you gotta take that. I don't know. I don't see a path for Pittsburgh to win. So that's the last of the straights. We got two more two leg parlays. A two leg parlay plus 196. We're taking the Chargers money line versus the Broncos, and then I actually parlayed the Cowboys back in with that one. So pretty much everything I said about the Cowboys for their straight. Chargers money line versus the Broncos. Chargers defense is legit. They have size, speed, and power, all three levels of the field. John Harbaugh is a fucking quarterback whisperer. Like I don't know how many times we need to see it with him before we start to believe it. The dude did it with Luck. He did it with Alex Smith. He did it with Colin Kaepernick. He did it with fucking. I guess he didn't technically do it with any. He won a national championship at Michigan with J.J. McCarthy. Like, if you. I know that was defense and run game, but he's still the best McCarthy has ever played has been under Harbaugh. And then now we're seeing it with Herbert. We're not seeing a lot of the stupid mistakes that Herbert used to make when he first came into the league. We're not seeing, you know what I mean? We're seeing a very much more polished, much more relaxed, a much more confident Herbert. We're starting to see the Herbert that we wanted to see when he first came into the league. I know the reason I'm taking money line over the point spread is because I truly I think the way the Broncos game ended last weekend with the Colts kicker missing a 60-yarder and then them getting a penalty on the kick, giving them a 15-yard penalty, and the Colts kicker a retry from 45 instead of 60 this time. I really feel like we're that penalty away from the Broncos potentially being a 1-point favorite in this game. I really feel like that penalty just cost them like 3 points in this week's spread. I would not be surprised at all if the Broncos win this game. The Broncos have the defense to win this game. Their offense is still looking kind of suspect to start the year under Peyton and Bo Nix. So with that case, with the defenses being equal and the Chargers offense being just a little bit better right now, I'm just going to rock with Chargers money line. That makes the most sense with me. I do have this as a 2-unit play, which saves my last 2-legger, which is a 3-unit play. Jags money line versus Texans. 49ers money line versus Cards. The Cards have looked okay so far this year. They have not played anybody. They played the Saints week 1 and then the Panthers week 2. So you played arguably the 2 worst teams in the league last 2 weeks, and you didn't dominate either team. Even with all the injuries that the 49ers have, they are arguably the deepest team in the league on both sides of the ball. They have elite playmakers. They have elite off-line play. Even with Purdy out, Mac Jones looked better against the Saints than Kyler Murray did in week 1. I feel like this is going to be a game where, the Cards are feeling themselves a little bit. And the 49ers are like, oh, you guys are undefeated. Like, that's cute. Watch this. I'm not looking for total domination, which is why I took the money line. But I do think 49ers handle business against Arizona and move on 3-0 under Mac Jones and Kyle Shanahan. Jags versus Texans. Texans are looking shaky this year. Like, I was really worried about this in the offseason, which is why we took the Jags plus 310 to win the division to start the year. Wide receivers, with no Tank Dell there. I mean, yeah, Nico's still putting up stuff, but, no Tank, no Stephon Diggs. Like, where's the number 2 at? Where's your tight end at? The Chubb Mixon combination hasn't been terrible, but also the run game hasn't been what we thought it was going to be. The interior line is still trash. The defense is balling out as expected. We know DeMeco Ryans is going to have a great defense. He's pretty much proven that year in, year out with his Texans teams and with his 49er defenses. But I really like what the Jags got going on. If Lawrence can stay healthy, if Lawrence can not be what he's been the last couple years, I really like this Jaguars team. At least for the regular season. I ain't gonna say for the playoffs yet, but for the regular season, I love it. So, quick recap: two-leg parlay plus 108, Falcons money line at the Panthers, Raiders plus 2.5 at Commanders. If you're feeling frisky, you can take the money line, but I'm just taking the 2.5 to play safe. Straight Cowboys money line minus 125 at Bears, Patriots money line plus 102 versus Steelers. And in my last two picks, I have a two-leg, two-unit parlay at plus 196. Chargers money line versus Broncos, Cowboys money line at Bears. And then my 3-unit, two-leg parlay of the weekend is Jags money line versus the Texans and the 49ers money line versus the Colts. And that is at plus 91. So we're going to bounce back from Wednesday's show. I'm going to see you guys again probably either Tuesday or Wednesday. I'm trying to start doing podcast. I'm trying to start dropping episodes before the Thursday night game. So it's really looking like we're going to start being like a Tuesday and Saturday show or a Tuesday and Friday show during football season. Man, you guys have been phenomenal with the support over the last week or so. I think our subscribers went up like 15 subscribers over the last 2 weeks. I cannot thank you guys enough. To everybody who participated in the Survivor Challenge, thank you from the bottom of my heart. I think we only got one person that's got eliminated so far. Sorry, Vern. I'm gonna keep. We're just gonna keep dropping episodes, keep hitting tickets. We'll get rich or go broke, shine, baby.